ISBM, your first step towards right career.
1930. Okay. Now the thing is, it was amended on 1929, and then after studying steadily with a set of rules and regulations, it has been performed in 1930. Okay. Now in the Sales of Goods Act. Now before starting the chapters, I'll give you the summary which is related. Now in this, more probably like in this chapter, this act is only applicable where you're buying any kind of goods and services, that also in the bulk, or it is like you're buying in the wholesaler, retailers. Mostly this act, it is used in the business purpose. You're putting certain, it is in between the buyers and sellers. You're performing a contract, and then afterwards there's a set of rules and regulations is applicable. So this act is mostly applicable for the people who are into who are the proper dealing in the goods and services to transport from one state to some another state, or one country to some other country. And in this, there will be the two people which will be handed over, that is the buyers and sellers will be. Okay. Then afterwards we will be learning with you will be learning about it, internal concepts, what you mean by goods, what you mean by the main core word sale. Okay, like casually, like we people are known as sale means it is what to sell something. Now the thing is, the core important things you will move inside, and then afterwards you will look forward. You will get to understand about it, what is sales, and then afterwards what you mean by goods. Like actually, like you already know it about it. It's a provision which has been said, means the buyers and sellers in this act, the people when they perform a contract, they'll perform a contract and they will perform according to the Sales of Goods Act 1930. If they ditch each other people, or else like if you're not settled out, like either buyer is having any problem or seller, if that person is having the problem, then ultimately each and everything, the whole concept goes to the whatever the rules and regulations which has been said with the Sales of Goods Act, it has to be amended. Okay. Then afterwards, now we'll start further. Now first, it is the most important thing, that is a contract for the sale of goods. Okay. Now, before buyers and sellers, now we have started with it. Now, when they perform a contract, who perform a contract? The buyers and the seller. Buyer is the person who buy the goods from the seller, and the seller is the person who sell the goods. Now, in this, the thing is, the first most important, when you being into the business, it is not only just to have the oral expression, it should be verbally also, and it should be implied also. It should be expressed also, and it should be implied. So in this, it is that property which is being transferred to either from the buyers or either from the sellers. The person is either transferring it and the other person is accepting it. This is the offer and acceptance. How we went with the Indian Contract Act when we were learning with Indian Contract Act 1872. How they was doing certain part of offer and acceptance. I'm offering to you something, you're accepting that thing. So that will be done into the Sales of Goods Act. This most probably, the thing is, mostly it is used when you are in the business, when you're using in the, like when you're buying the wholesalers, when you're in the retailer business, the goods that you are buying out, it is in the bulk. So on that only it has been used with a certain type of terms and conditions. Okay, the next point, it has been said, the term contract for a sale is generical terms and including both the sale and agreement. It is into generical. Generical, it is what into the general means. It can be sale, either it can be sale. I'll let you know what I mean by sale and agreement to sale. There is a list of bifurcation. In sales, the thing is, the property is being transferred. I'm giving to you this, you are accepting that thing. And then after agreement to sale, that is what, like we are performing a contract, and both the either parties, it has been ready. One party is ready, other party is not ready. Or else the thing is, we perform a contract, but later on we does each and everything transaction. We pass the property into the future. I'll show you the distinguish between, and then afterwards with this section, it has been clubbed. Okay, so this is what a contract of sales of goods says about it. It is the most important, the thing is, it will what the goods will be transferred, and the contract which has been mentioned within the either party. Okay.